Tell us more about this story. What do we know?
Yeah, it's hard to say how much those tariffs will eventually be. Canada is said to be just starting public consultations on these tariffs now, and there's strong pressure on Prime Minister Trudeau to really match those tariffs that has been introduced by the Biden administration of upwards of 100%. The EU, of course, has also imposed tariffs of up to 48%. There is new research that has came out from an American think tank saying that China has provided over $200 billion in support to its domestic EV sector over the past 15 years. But to be fair, though, those support per vehicle has come down drastically over the years to just under $5,000 per vehicle last year. That's still below what the U.S. offers, $7,500 in rebates for U.S. consumers on eligible vehicles under the Inflation Reduction Act. But in Canada, the domestic auto sector is calling for steep tariffs. They say that Canada cannot sit on the sidelines here because you have that review of the FTA coming up, the FTA between Canada, Mexico and the U.S. We know Canada's auto industry is very tightly integrated with the U.S. sector as well. They sell finished products and parts to the U.S. By far, most of their exports are going to the U.S. So Prime Minister Trudeau will really have to balance between the U.S. and China now. And of course, there will be fears of retaliation from China as well.
And, Minmin, this isn't the first set of tariffs that will be imposed on the Chinese EV sector. We've had it from the U.S., as you just spoke about, from EU as well. What sort of an impact could these proposed Canadian tariffs also have on Chinese EVs?
So the short-term impact is not likely to be great because Canada is still a very nascent market for Chinese EVs. Tesla, though, is going to be disproportionately affected because last year, Canada saw this five-fold surge in Chinese EVs. Most of that is really driven by Chinese-made Teslas. The Chinese companies like BYD, NIO, they don't have a huge presence in Canada just yet. But of course, the risk is that they will be locked out of the market before they even make inroad into the country. And currently, Chinese EVs are tariffed at 6%, and consumers get to participate in this federal rebate program when they buy foreign-made EVs. That's part of Prime Minister Trudeau's ambitions to really increase the number of new vehicles sold that have zero emissions by 2030. So there is a huge potential market there. Of course, Canada is also pouring billions to build up its own domestic supply chain with multi-billion-dollar subsidies given to companies like Honda and Volkswagen to build factories there. So the market barrier of entry as well as the trade barriers is just going to keep increasing for Chinese EV makers.